Tour Tip Tuesday. My name is Emily and I'm an independent singer-songwriter, and I'm going to share with you tips and tricks that I have learned traveling as a solo female for music. Come on, let's get started. All right, day one was just a travel day. I went to the grocery store. I planned my meals along the road for my health and to also save money. I camped at this beautiful lake, and then I woke up early and made my way to Silver City. It was about a 2-hour drive. I played my first show there at Whiskey Creek Zocalo, which you can see was a really great show. I've never been there before, so I was really happy with this. I then made my way to Midland, another town I've never played in, where I shared a writer's round with a couple of other artists, which was really fun. And then I went down to San Angelo to sleep for the night. Unfortunately, I left my guitar in Midland, so I had to drive all the way back up and then all the way down to San Antonio, which you can see this show is a complete wash. I know nobody there, and sometimes that happens. That was a really hard day, but I also was staying with my friends Glenn and April, who I've known for years from Dripping Springs, and knew I was playing this beautiful house concert at Ashley's house. And as you can see, this was my anchor gig for tour. This is what I planned the entire trip around, and then this show here in Dripping Springs, so I could catch up with all of my pals from down there. I've been doing the Songwriter Festival there for about 10 years. So that kind of was redeeming. And then I went to San Antonio and I did a song swap with my friend Megan. San Antonio is a tough city, but I'm still glad that I made it there a couple times this trip. I had a day off, which cost me a little money. I was going to camp, but decided to just kind of treat myself, and I'm glad I did. I felt really well rested for my Lubbock trip with Bob Simpson, and as you can see, this was a great last Texas date. They put me up for the night, which was a great expense to have covered, and then I made it to Madrid for my last show of tour, which I was able to stay there right in town, which was really fun. And then I just drove home. I made it back to hang out with little Miss Clemmy, and here are my totals for my little run of shows. Thanks for joining me for week one of Tour Tip Tuesday. As you can see, this tour really went up and down and all over the place. Also, I had to change my shirt because I got grease all over it, and also my spoon has been used. So we're here with our hairbrush microphone for the second half. But I wanted to point out a couple of things. Tours ebb and flow. They go up and down as an independent artist. Even if you're somebody with a really big following, chances are you don't have a really big following in every single town you play in unless you're really, really up here as an artist. And that is okay. It is okay to take a loss. It is okay to try new things and try new towns. Working around an anchor gig or like a house concert or show that you know is going to bring in a little bit of comfort and revenue on that tour is a great way to guarantee that you have a successful tour every time, and also to incorporate your tour around a town you have been to. I've been playing the Dripping Springs Songwriters Festival on and off for about 10 years, as well as being a Kerrville New Folk finalist in 2017. So that area of the Texas Hill Country I'm pretty familiar with. I have places to stay. As you can see, I had no lodging expenses for 5 days of my tour because I stayed down there, and one day a venue paid for it. And also had gracious hosts like Ashley who let me play at her house. I had Fitzhugh Brewing, which is right in the heart of Dripping Springs. So I knew that those two venues in a town that I had played in would really help offset the tour costs of trying to travel and drive down there instead of fly, and try out a bunch of new towns in New Mexico and northern Texas. And most of those shows ended up being really good. San Antonio was the hardest city, but I also want to point out a couple of other ways that I saved money. One was that I camped the first night, and I'll do a whole video on how I camp safely, or ways that make me feel safe. I shouldn't say that there's one size fits all, but I'm a really avid camper and backpacker, so I've spent a lot of time doing it. On the road, I feel a little bit more nervous than in my home state in places that I've been to before, but there are ways that I have found that save money. So I spent $30 on a campsite versus $120 in the town that would have been safest to pass through, where I ended up sleeping for the night. So that saved me a huge chunk. And I also bought groceries twice. So my food totals were really low. I spent under $200 on food for 11 days on the road, which is kind of wild. And that was for all of my meals. I planned out everything. It helps me stay healthy on the road, but it also saves me a ton of money. And that is even with buying snacks that I don't need. And I had a sweet little treat every night that I was on the road too. So I did try and factor those in. There were a couple that I think I missed because I paid cash for them and I forgot to get a receipt. So there might have been an extra $10 floating around there for ice cream out of town. But that's a really great way to save money. And also see if you have friends or family or somebody, a friend of a friend, has a place where maybe you could stay for a night. So I did not really spend money on hotels for the most part. I only got a couple of them. A venue put me up one night. I got a discounted rate at 2 other hotels because I was playing in town. And then I stayed for free at friends' houses. And granted, I know not everybody has the privilege of having people to stay with on the road, but I guarantee you, if you reach out to your people and other artists, there is somebody who will let you stay or find you a cheaper, more affordable option, so that touring is something that you can do. So stay tuned for more tips and tricks. Next week, I'm going to cover how you can book a show in a town you haven't played in before or that you have no following in. Just because you haven't played somewhere doesn't mean that you can't. There are a lot of tips and tricks to doing so, and this tour is a great example of that because I didn't play in Silver City, Madrid, Midland, or San Antonio before. And so really 90% of my tour was in towns I had never been in. Oh, and Lubbock. So I only have really ever played in Dripping Springs. So it is possible and you can do it. And also I have no management, no label, no booking agent or anything. I just do this all on my own. So let me try and help you show what I have done in order to book these tours. And I do this pretty much full time. I play out of state several times a year. So join me next week for another breakdown. But this time I'll be breaking down how to get a gig out of town. All right, I'll see you soon.